Well, I am sorry about that, boys and girls. Oh, yeah, the intro video for whatever reason doesn't play the audio from that side. So my bad, my bad. Did not know that. And hey, we're off to a great start. Good morning, Deacon. Deacon's and no sound from Deacon either.
I haven't said anything.
Oh, okay. Well, we're off to a smashing start. Good morning, everybody. It is Friday, October 28th. We rapidly approach All Hallows Eve. How you doing, Deacon? You feeling okay this morning? Not a good one. Not a good one. All right.
Good. I don't want to talk
All
about
right.
my health.
All right,
I've had
man.
a shitty morning. It's been pretty nasty. So.
I'm sorry about that. All right. Well, let's see. I got some news. There's a lot of news. Some of it's fun. Most of it's not great at all. I guess we'll start off with some lightweight stuff.
Okay.
Yesterday I posted a video on the locals feed. It was only posted there.
I hate the name of that. It sounds like a fucking singles website. I posted on locals and I got a couple of swipes and we got a date set. I don't like that. Okay, go ahead.
Hey, that is a fair criticism. It does kind of single, ready to mingle.
Yeah, that's what it sounds like.
All right. Well, it's what I can use that is not going to cancel us. Right. Anyway, I posted a video about this, but I'll cover it pretty quickly. Texas Secretary of State has sent a task force to monitor the elections in my county. Following the 2020 elections and the 2022 primaries, where irregularities were observed in March, in the March primaries of this year, I believe, 10,000 ballots were not counted. So that's 10,000 ballots can be enough to shift a presidential election. And it was a primary. So back in March, the then election commissioner for Harris County, I think it was a commissioner, I don't got the name exactly right, she resigned. She did such a bad job, she resigned. And we have a new person taking over in our county, and the Texas Secretary of State is sending a task force. So the task force is in the Houston, Harris County area, which is like lawyers and observers and a bunch of other stuff. And if there are any irregularities presented, then heads will roll, I guess. So Harris County is it's an urban area, right? Houston is a huge city. It's got millions and millions of people, and maybe there's going to be like a little bit of shenanigans going on. I don't know. My experience was I walked into the voting place. I did my little number. I got my paper. I turned it in. I think everything was straight up, but just one polling precinct. We have like 99 open for early elections, and there'll be something like 700 open for election day. So
we have
possible.
We have like 8.
You're right. Yeah. Now, last year there were 49 election polling places open for early voting last year, like for the 2020 presidential election. Yeah. And this year there are 99 open for early voting, and then there's going to be way more for.
Ask me how much I give a shit about our election process and how much I trust it. Ask me. Go ahead, ask me.
How much confidence do you have in your election officials, Deacon? Deacon, is your mic still working? Deacon?
I have zero confidence in my election officials and the election process. I think it's a bullshit process. I think you're wasting your fucking time.
All right.
Your microphone is way too loud today.
Is it really?
Yeah, when
And
you
let
get
me.
loud, it's blasting out my ears.
I am sorry. Here
It's
it's
all
at
right.
100. I'll just.
It's
I
just
don't
back
know.
off to like 75 or something.
Yeah.
It was just
How's
when you
that?
were
That's
getting
75.
yeah,
Why
that's
did I
good.
move it away from me too?
Well, you're not losing your volume. It was just you're kind of maxing out when you get
Is it?
like
What's
when you said all right there, and you said something earlier. I was like, oh, JJ's microphone's up too loud.
what's it called? It's not peaking. What's the word for that? Whenever it crosses that upper threshold on when the audio spikes.
Um,
There's a word for that. Isn't there a word for that?
I don't know what you mean.
Okay. All right. Okay.
Overmodulating? Talking about overmodulating?
No. Whenever we were doing audio processing for the podcast, there would be a couple of phases I'd put things through, but one of them was suppresses the extremes. It normalizes the audio.
Oh yeah, I know what you're talking about. Yeah, the gains
I
and
just
stuff.
can't remember
Okay.
I can't remember the word. All right. Man, I'm just trying to get through a couple of these but I don't know which ones are the ones that are of real interest, but there's definitely some that are kind of like, oh boy. Here we go. Texas Democrats turn on El Paso whistleblower Claudia Rodriguez during migrant crisis. This story posted yesterday. The Texas whistleblower. This is not the Florida whistleblower. There's a Florida whistleblower that has blown the whistle on ballot harvesting in Florida. That's causing like a criminal case. This is not that story. This is a Texas whistleblower who's exposed the White House for pressuring El Paso to not declare a state of emergency over the migrant crisis, is now in the crosshairs of the county Democratic Party, which is urging voters not to reelect her. That is, Democrats in El Paso County are blasting Councilwoman Claudia Rodriguez as a Trump-style Republican over the scandal that she's turned the city into a flashpoint at that migrant surge. The party said that it was taking the extraordinary step of issuing a warning to voters in town, home to the Democratic superstar Beto O'Rourke. It's a moron. And her record is an egregious case. So I guess that she said, hey, the White House is telling us not to declare an emergency, but like we have an emergency. There's thousands and thousands of migrants coming across the border. And she outed that the White House was doing back channel communications and trying to get people to not declare an emergency. So the Democratic Party's got her in crosshairs. We'll see if she gets reelected. Don't know. Or maybe Democrats just don't like Hispanic people, because we already saw that Maya Flores was rejected from the Congressional Democratic Caucus, or Congressional Hispanic Caucus. Maybe Democrats are just attacking Hispanic people. Okay.
That's a safe assumption, JJ. That's a safe assumption. I mean, you are putting facts together to form an educated opinion.
I don't know
what you're doing. We are taking the facts that we know, and we are forming an opinion based on the facts that we know. And that's how your brain works. So, I mean, our Democrats treat Hispanic people like shit. So maybe they don't like Hispanic people.
Maybe. Maybe. I mean, what else am I supposed to get out of that? It's reprisal.
Right.
Okay.
I'm just,
I don't know. You're assuming it's reprisal.
Being presented.
I'm only looking at the stories from the last 2 days, and they were no, you're too Mexican to join the Congressional Hispanic Caucus, and then over here it's don't reelect her. She's a dangerous Trump style Republican Latina. So I don't know.
This country has gone. I mean, it's scared. Every day we talk about political story, and it scares the shit out of me. I don't even want to be around anymore. This country needs to be. This country needs to start all over, man. This country is far beyond trying to get fixed, I believe.
Well, I mean, like the bad news is that it's election season, right? Okay, it's election season. These stories are just going to be up here a lot, and then it'll come and it'll go, and there'll be some ramifications. It's also the thing that people are really interested in watching videos about.
It's all
it's not all the time. We got some comments here. Some Republicans don't like persons of color. Maybe Republicans don't like persons of color. Oh, that's a good point. Ghoulish Guardo.
Ghoulish Gordo. Some Republicans don't like persons of color. Maybe Republicans don't like persons of color. That is a fair statement, Gordo. If you will present some facts to us, show me some facts. Because if you watch yesterday's show and you watch today's show, you will see the two facts that we have presented to you comes to this conclusion that Democrats don't like Hispanics. I'm not assuming anything. I'm taking the facts that were given to me from legitimate news stories. So, am I misinterpreting the facts? If I am, maybe you should look to the fucking media that's misinterpreting the news story for you on purpose. Maybe I shouldn't be required to fucking use my brain to figure out, to read between the fucking lines of the story. Maybe the story should just tell me straight up.
Duke.
Do we want to go back 30 fucking years? 30? Do we want to go back 40 years? David Duke, that's who you pull up? Okay. Anybody else?
Hold on.
David Duke, do you want me to go back 40 years and pull out some Democrats? Really? Do we want to go back 30 and 40 years? David.
Oh, he was a Republican. Okay. Yeah.
Well. Yeah, but David Duke was like the KKK guy, and that's the only fucking, that's like calling somebody Hitler. That's like, if that's your excuse, I'm not trying to insult you, dude, at all. But you got to do better than Duke for me. That might work on some people that don't work on me.
All right.
God.
All right. Okay.
I'm not arguing.
No, I don't know. Guardo yesterday. I don't know. I don't know if you watched.
Sorry.
I don't know if you watched yesterday's show, but the facts are yesterday's show. Maya Flores, Republican, Mexican-born Congresswoman, first Mexican-born U.S. Congresswoman in the history of the United States, was
history-making person.
Was disallowed from joining the Congressional Hispanic Caucus. There's no good reason for that except for party control. It's basically just a Democratic organ.
Democratic Party control. That's the point that JJ and I are trying to make, that it's Democratic Party control.
Right.
Okay. Yeah. I'm being facetious and I'm being a little sarcastic.
We're not
sarcastic. But the point that I'm trying to make here is they fucking say one thing and they do another. Okay. Yeah. They say one thing and they do another. They say that we're all for Hispanics, and then hit this Hispanic woman that made freaking history in the United States of America as a Hispanic woman, and they don't want her representing them. That is a blatant sign, red flag. And if you don't see that, you're part of the problem, or you need to open your eyes a little more.
We'll agree on this, Guardo. We'll agree both parties are a rockadoodle. In fact, absolutely, all of us can agree on that. There's no good guys here. There's no good guys. Yeah. We're just calling out the hypocritical BS. Yeah. El Paso is on the border. This woman is Hispanic, Latina, serves on the city council, and was willing to declare an immigrant crisis. And the White House said, please don't do that. It makes us look bad. So. All right, moving on. Hey, look, I know the show is starting rough today. Look, not every day can we be like the most bombastic. I tell you what, today's show is going to be the bomb. I promise.
My mic is still up a little bit.
Man, I gotta get away from it. Should I just get away from it?
No. I don't know. It's all right.
Is it the right mic? Wrong mic?
No, you got the right mic.
I don't know, man. Everything's going.
I might be nitpicky. You know how I am.
Stuff is not working correctly. I had the plug-in thing and the blinking stuff. It's the gremlins, dude. It's gremlins.
You don't want to talk to me about. There are a real thing such as electronic gremlins. I honestly believe that this radio station has them at night when I leave. When I come in right over here that you can't see is like you see that? I've got my rack there with all of my transmitters and everything. Yeah. And over here behind the rack is my wires.
Yeah.
So when something breaks, I get to play Find the Wire, and I get to trace the wire and find out
this one
goes to this and which way goes to this. My radio station is not new.
Nope.
My radio station is old, so the people that put it in did it 40 and 50 years ago, 60 years ago, and so they did not know about chord. What do they call that now?
There's organization.
I guess there's another term that Alex says all the time, and I can't think of what.
Clipping.
So yeah, you might be clipping a little bit. Oh, clipping is.
Yeah, that's the word. That's the word.
So
clipping.
Yeah. Clipping.
I don't know what I'm supposed to do about that. Sorry, guys.
No, you weren't clipping to me. You were sounding like you were getting to the point to where when you raise your voice, it was getting to the point of like you're fixing to overmodulate.
Maybe my microphone sucks.
No, you're good. We can keep going. I was just nitpicking.
All right. Hey, Deacon Manuel, who's here. Hi, Manuel. He posted this in our super secret Discord server, and it's going to be a great segue. So I'm lost. Here we go. Manuel. So this is courtesy of Manuel on Twitter, but he posted it. He didn't post it on the Discord server. He posted it on Twitter, but I caught it. Check this out. Here's Joe Biden. Joe Biden's got something to say.
$3.39. The most common price of gas in America is $3.39, down from over $5 when I took office.
What? No, that's not right.
Bullshit. Bullshit. That is a fucking lie. That's a bold fucking face lie. If he was paying $5
this guy
gas when he took office, I want to know where the fuck he was paying $5 gas.
Yes.
Gas was here on January the goddamn 20th.
Lying son of a bitch.
Gas was under $2 a fucking gallon when he took office here in fucking Western Kentucky. It was like $1.86 or some shit. I swear on my mother's grave. I swear on my mother's grave that gas was under $2 a gallon when that son of a bitch took office. So if he's paying $5 a gallon, he's getting gas in fucking downtown goddamn Los Angeles, where that shit stays fucking high. I don't know how much it is in Los Angeles. I've never been there, and I'm never going.
Thank you, Joe. See, we needed Joe to fix the attitude on the show this morning. Thank you, Joe. So appreciated.
What a fucking I swear to Jesus. As somebody that is a historian and a historical person, you know, I'm a history buff. So he is the dumbest fucking president we've ever fucking had. The dumbest.
He's the benefit of having brain damage. You know, Joe Biden had an aneurysm. They put a plate in his head. He has brain damage. The benefit of having brain damage is he doesn't even know when he's making stuff up and saying things that are not true. So he believes everything he says. The gas was $2.33 a gallon on average the day he took office.
And that's you're probably right, because my area is always much lower. When they say average gas prices across the country, we are normally 25 to 30 cents lower. Yeah. And listen, this just furthers my theory. Okay, you've known this. I've said this several times to you and on the show. The president of the United States does not matter. The president of the United States is always Zaphoid Beeblebox from the fucking Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy movies. He is a marionette. It doesn't matter who your marionette is. He is a marionette designed to distract and entertain you. God. And you want the most entertaining marionettes up there. And the last two marionettes have been fantabulous in entertaining you. But remember, you smart people that watch our show, that the president is a marionette. Always. There is a puppeteer that you do not see. Okay? Making it laugh and dance and entertain you and spin around and act stupid and piss you off. Remember that.
Okay, so in chat, Ghoulish is back with the. Did you see the debate with Doc Ock, Doc Oz and Lieutenant Governor dude? That's Fetterman. That's Fetterman who had a stroke. Deacon didn't see the debate. I did see the debate. That was a brutal debate. It was a train wreck. Fetterman it's sad.
You
It's
played
sad.
some of that stuff yesterday, didn't
I
you?
did. I played some of it. Oh yeah, I did. If you haven't already, you should go watch our show after this show. Go watch yesterday's show on rumble.com.
I'm not going to say anything bad. I'm not going to say anything disparaging and negative. It is sad what happened, but
it is.
He shouldn't be running.
He should not be running. But I was talking to Brian yesterday. Brian, it was maybe 2 days ago. You know, Brian is, he actually is working the elections in his district as a volunteer of some kind.
Pretty sweet.
And he brought up this point, and I thought it was a super great point. Fetterman is running because, well, one, there's probably not a process for him to drop out and Democrats put another candidate in place. So if he drops out, it's unopposed. So he has to keep running. And for the party. So the party, I mean, this guy should not be running for his health, but for the party, he has to keep running. So, I mean,
he'll turn into a marionette. Honestly, if he wins, he'll turn into a marionette. Everybody else will make the decisions. That dude,
even if he wins the election, and he's not going to win the election, I'll just bring it up. That guy's not going to win the election. And even if he did win the election, he wouldn't serve a day in the Senate. He would immediately resign and get replaced by the Democrat governor or whatever. So
now that we are facing stuff like this, shouldn't we, as an intelligent species, as a society, figure out some way to deal with something like this if it happened in the future? Hey, we get down to close to election, some dude has a fucking stroke, and we don't have a process to get somebody else in, so this guy's going to run unopposed now. We figure out, hey, okay, we finally come across this situation. Shit, let's put a contingency plan in order so that if this happens again, we can be like, okay, this crazy Oz asshole is not going to get to run unopposed now. I have loved ones that live in Pennsylvania that are very big into the politics up there. Like, I can't say how big they're into the politics up there because they're so big.
So Gorder is saying that if he wins and then he drops and he steps down, they'll have a special runoff. That's fine. It'll be okay. So every state has different kind of. First of all, the legislative body of the state gets to, and the constitution of the state gets to decide how elections are run in that state. So they have a plan for replacing, like somebody dies and then they have to do a special election, but to do it right after the election happened, it's, I mean, you're just going to get lower turnout, lower participation. So the Democratic Party in there is just struggling to hang in to make sure. It's gotten to the point that Real Clear Politics has now updated their projection to Republicans 53, the Senate projection. For a long time, it was 50-50, and then it was 52. Last week, it went up 52-53. After the debate in Pennsylvania was so bad, it went from toss-up to leaning red, and now it is being booked by RCP as solidly red. And Nevada is in play. Arizona, Mark Kelly's seat. Mark Kelly's against Blake Masters. His lead has shrunk to the point that Arizona is in play. It looks like it's now leaning Republican on the coattails of the extremely popular Kerry Lake governor run. And Georgia, the Warnock Herschel Walker race, is also now leaning right. I told you probably a week or two ago that these four states are the four states that matter in this election: Georgia, Pennsylvania, Nevada, and Arizona. And they are all four shifting right. And it's a little surprising to me, especially Pennsylvania. But we have a real special circumstance in Pennsylvania where the Democrats are literally running a guy that's had a stroke.
That's brain damage.
It's not a joke either. It's serious. Like
he has an acquired brain injury.
He can't understand words. He can't speak. How is he supposed to stand on the Senate floor and argue with anyone else and make a point for the citizens of Pennsylvania? It's not going to happen.
And let me tell you, I have a loved one who he's older. He's in his late 70s or early 80s. I think he's in his late 70s. Early 70s, and he used to hold office, and he got out of office, and something happened to the person running now and had to drop out, and they used this special thing to nominate him to run. So he's got like
Okay.
here before November, and he was telling me about it a couple of weeks ago. You know, he wasn't planning on it, but now he's going to. And he was asking me my advice on how he should go about advertising because he only has a couple of weeks. And I've been doing this for 30 years. So I was giving him advice on what I thought he should do and how I thought he should approach it. And the longer that I talked to my loved one, I thought, I don't think you should run. You know, I can't help you because you're not in my district, you know, you're not in my county or whatnot, but you're too old and you don't understand about some of the things that are going on. Because I tried to talk to him about some of the other people that had held the office that he's running for and what I admired about those people. And it was basically kind of technological type stuff that I admired. And it's not really, but it's kind of, you know, keeping up with the times and stuff like that. And he couldn't grasp that situation, that concept. And it made me think, you're an old white guy. And I understand now when some people don't want an old white guy in power anymore is because you can't grasp the forward progress that the county has made. You are still looking back at concepts that are 30 years old, and that's fine. But you need to take that 30-year-old concept and evolve it to the times, because and you know as well as I do, we've lived through an unbelievable era. Me and you, we've got to live through an unbelievable technological era. I mean, we have seen the birth of the technology, and we have watched the evolution of man go up so much just in our lifetime. It's crazy. And so a lot of these politicians don't want to do that. I argued with my boss for radio to evolve in radio for a long time, and it took him a long time. And some of these old politicians don't want to do that. And he didn't want to do that. So I think a lot of these older politicians that have been in there forever, like Nancy Pelosi, you know, they don't want to freaking. I mean, why should I vote for this freaking guy?
Yeah,
you know.
So,
am I getting off topic?
No, not too far. That's okay. We still have a lot of room to go. We're still on topic, but this was related to the Georgia race, related to the Senate races. Then we're going to get off of this topic. Chuck Schumer. Oh my God. I can't believe. Here we go. Okay. Here we go. Chuck Schumer was caught on a hot mic talking to President Biden. And he said that the Georgia race is going downhill for Democrats. So let me see if I can find the exact quote. It's right here. So the state where we're going downhill is Georgia. Schumer said to Biden, it's hard to believe that they will go for Herschel Walker. Herschel Walker, NFL star, and basically being presented, as far as I can tell. I'm not in Georgia, and I don't care about Herschel Walker, but from what I have observed, Herschel Walker is up there saying, look, I'm not the smartest guy in the room, but I'm going to try to do a good job for the people here. And we need people that will be honest and integrity. And I believe that. And he's getting, stories about, he's running, I guess, a pro-life campaign. And so he's getting attacked with like, oh, you had an abortion so many years ago. And like, he's saying it's not true. I don't know if it's true. Even if it is true, like, okay. So like when he was younger, he paid for an abortion, and maybe he decided that's not right or good anymore. I don't know about any of that. What I do know is that Herschel Walker is gaining on Warnock, and apparently it's to the point where Chuck Schumer mentioned it to President Joe Biden, who probably immediately forgot about it. Chuck Schumer also said, hot mic, this was not for public consumption. Quote, it looks like the debate, that is the Fetterman debate we were just mentioning, the debate didn't hurt us too much in Pennsylvania as of today, so that's good. We're picking up steam in Nevada. I question your your accuracy there, Chuck. So this is Chuck Schumer right here. If you are not familiar with the actors in play, although he's looking a little ghastly and green. Let's see what you guys are talking about, dismantling federal government and the big banking system. Okay. Yeah, we're right on track. This is how things go. All right. off of that, let's see. How about, I don't care about, I got a story about Nancy Pelosi. I'm just going to shortcut it. It looks like she's doing some dirty stuff for a donor, and it's not illegal. It just looks bad. Not even going to bring her up. She is a total hag, though. Look right here. That's not photo manipulated at all. Okay. I think we can go to this story now. The Pentagon issued a statement. The Pentagon's strategy will not rule out nuclear use against non-nuclear threats. What? Defense strategy shuns the limits once embraced by Joe Biden. U.S. to face both China and Russia as major nuclear powers. Oh, I can't read the dang this particular article. This one's on Bloomberg. It's behind a paywall.
No,
so
go to I don't know where it's at.
I bet it's on Just the News.
I'll send you a thing here in Discord. I'll post it in our general on our Discord server, and I'll post it for everyone. A way to get around the paywall. If you ever come across a website, a news site that has a paywall, just go to this place that I put up, and you'll be able to read the whole article without paying for it.
Well, you have to send me that later. I don't know. Yeah. Should I be broadcasting that?
It's cool. It's fine.
All right. Well, basically, that sucks. The Pentagon has altered their strategy to be, they're essentially signaling to Russia and China, oh no, nukes are on the table. We'll use nukes. You guys want to challenge the United States dominant hegemony. You want to keep accelerating things. Nukes are on the table. So rather than de-escalating and trying to ratchet down tensions and achieve some kind of peace, our president and executive department are, throwing gasoline and logs onto the fire to try to get us closer to nuclear war. Go Biden. Just, hey, if you want nuclear war, vote Democrat. All right. There we go. That's I had a Saudi story too. Who cares? Let's get, shit. Closed the wrong one. Deacon, do you use Twitter? Deacon's on the radio. Bad time for me to ask him that. No. Do you use Twitter?
Do I use Twitter?
At all, in any regard?
Yeah. I'm on Twitter at Dad Deacon. I think I've got it as one of our little.
Yeah, things. It's one of our poppy down things. Have you? Oh, yeah. Hey, Deacon sitting right on Kamala's face there for a second.
I just had to unfollow somebody that I followed for a long time yesterday.
Oh, did you?
I started to engage with them because they were trying to start a fire, and I started to engage with them, and I was just going to be like, dude, just stop. I mean, you're just making an ass of yourself. Stop. And then I deleted it all and just unfollowed them. I was like, I don't need this in my life.
It can be fun sometimes to get hooked to be like, oh no, F you. It can be a little bit fun sometimes, but
I used to love that. I used to love it. And now I still, I agree. It can be
a little dunking on people sometimes is fun.
Yeah. I really don't want to be the engaged person all the time. And when you see me on here sometimes and shit gets me fired up and I'm like, rah, 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 and you put the little fire up underneath me and shit because I go crazy.
Oh,
man, that is really stoking my old fire, because I used to get fired up all the time about shit. And I'm really trying to I really would rather just, be calm all the freaking time. Yes.
Not have your blood pressure go out your ears.
You saw me just take this. That's what that is. That's my blood pressure. I take a blood pressure pill and my freaking diabetes pill.
I'm sure that my attempt at a segue was not totally transparent to our audience. You are all dimwits, and if I'm wrong, then push the like button or share or something. Prove me wrong. My segue, top notch. Turns out Elon Musk is not only gonna buy Twitter, Elon Musk has now bought Twitter. This has been the story for like 6 months. Like, is he going to buy it? Is he not going to buy it? Are they going to make him buy it? Is he going to get out of buying it? Is he going to get a lawsuit?
I need to say something before you keep going, or I'm going to forget it.
All right.
Because that's a problem with ours. Me and you both like to talk and like to take a breath, so the other person can't ever interject. I noticed that about me, and I noticed it about you. Let me fix your segue.
Yeah.
The next time you make a crappy segue or any segue,
yeah. Let's try again.
Tell me to shut up. Deacon, shut up. I'm making a segue, Deacon. And I'll shut up. Okay.
Deacon, shh. The question was, do you use Twitter? Not did you get into a fight with someone yesterday?
Yes, Jay.
Well, I also use Twitter, but it was really anyway. Yeah, right. And if you use Twitter, you may have heard that Elon Musk has bought Twitter and fired Parag Agrawal.
Turn your
phone. I'm spiking again.
Yes, you're killing my.
Sorry,
this morning.
I'm gonna have to. I don't know. I should just reboot. Should I just reboot everything?
No, don't reboot everything. Keep going.
All right. Vijay, what's her name? Vijay, I forget her name. The woman who was in charge of basically censoring everybody. Yeah. No, her name's not Vijay. It's Vijay.
Oh, okay.
Anyway, she's fired immediately. Elon Musk walked in, was like, "Hey, I just bought this place. You're fired, and you're fired, and you're fired." CEO Parag Agrawal and Chief Financial Officer Ned Segal. I mean, both of these guys deserve to be fired. Parag Agrawal, when he took over as CEO, he said, "Our mission is not free speech. It's having a healthy conversation." Oh, okay. You fired, bro. This is a platform for people to talk to each other, and you don't even value free speech. Get out of here. CFO Ned Segal, Chief Financial Officer. Twitter has not done anything good to monetize. They have only courted the left side political opinion. They haven't done anything to appeal to mass market. They always appeal to these niche markets. They haven't done anything to monetize their platform, to make it profitable for their shareholders, really. At least they haven't done the kind of job they should have been doing as a business. Chief Financial Officer, out of here. And then also, I don't see her name on here, so I can't tell you her last name, but she's the, Vijay was the public safety person or whatever, and basically her policies were the ones that got you banned if you said something some people didn't like.
Well, you missed you said it, but everybody said it, but they missed it. And that's what they expected you to do. That's a trick in radio. We expect you to miss it. It's a word that you said there a minute ago. You said it's not free speech. It's what? A healthy conversation.
A healthy conversation.
Okay, JJ, that's a trick. That's a trick. Yeah. You can do that in advertising. It's a trick in advertising. You change the words. It basically, I was always told in radio, if you want to tell the dirty joke, you want to make the dirty joke and you want to tell the dirty line, and you can't because it's radio. I have to reword it, just reword the joke so that I can get you to think of the dirty part without me ever having to say the dirty part. So I never said it. I can't control what you think, but I manipulated you into thinking a certain way. And that's what they're doing. They changed the words free speech, didn't they? They took away the words free speech. You do not have free speech on Twitter.
No way.
Healthy conversation. But who defines that word?
Good day.
Healthy. Who defines?
Thank you, Brian.
Who defines healthy? They do.
Yeah. That's the trick. See, that's the trick right there. It's always it's like, oh, well, nobody's against having a healthy conversation. Who gets to define what's healthy? Who gets to define what is and
you might not like what we have to say, and you don't think that's unhealthy. We're not.
That's the thing. That's the thing. See, there's the kind of assumption that like, oh, we all have common values. Maybe we don't all have common values.
No, we don't.
But the people who get to decide the rules That is power. And that's what it's always about. It's always, especially with these people, it's always about who has power. I don't want to make the rule. And you know what? And I try to live out this value in the moderation of the Discord server that some of you guys know me from. I don't want to moderate what you say. I only want people to just
the Discord server. I thought it was a freaking wild ass LSD party over in that son.
As far as I'm concerned,
moderation whatsoever.
Yeah, I know. So, I mean, occasionally I have to remove people for literally attacking people or whatever, or being super disruptive. But I don't want to moderate your content of your speech. I don't want to tell you what to say and what to not say. I believe that the best solution for bad speech is more speech. Get more ideas out there, get more people talking, and then the bad ideas will fail. Okay.
Yeah, but I think that's what young people don't understand is young people. I'll just say people. I think that's what the people today don't understand is that if JJ and I are sitting here having a passionate discussion about something or an argument or whatever you want to call it, let's say we're having an argument about a particular thing and JJ is on the one stand and I am on the other side and he enrages me so much with his concepts and his thoughts and his feelings. He enrages me so much that it drives me to do something. And I take my life to do something to better the way that I feel about something.
Prove me wrong.
Trying to prove you wrong. And so,
sure.
and because of that, I could, you can go positive ways or negative ways, but let's say we go a positive way and I do some positive things because of the argument and the enraging that JJ got me because he said something so often that I did not like. In today's society, the children and the kids, when they hear something that they don't like, they're like, la, 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 I can't hear that. You've offended me. My feelings are so hurt. I don't know how to cope with this. Every single freaking human being alive has feelings, and we all have to learn how to cope with shit. And the problem is we have a bunch of 20 and 30-year-olds that were never taught how to cope with their feelings of ashamed and embarrassment and fear and love. And we've never taught them how to cope because we all get that way.
Right. I mean, it can even be you don't even have different ideas. It might be that you just are not. Maybe you're the way you're phrasing the one part of it that you're talking about. You might be phrasing it in such a way that they're just receiving it and thinking like, oh, that's the only thing he cares about. He doesn't care about anything else. He's wrong. I'm right. Angry. No,
that is so.
The more we talk to each other and the more we engage and we don't understand and just kind of feel around the edges of ideas because your ideas are not clear sentence structures. They're not clear logical arguments. Your ideas are kind of a mess of this value and that value and where do they intersect and how do you phrase that? How do you communicate that to other people? Well, the more you talk, the more you can get around the edges of the elephant that you can't see because you're blindfolded and you can try to describe the things that you think about. But when we only get to talk and then like you say one thing and somebody says, oh, canceled.
Yeah, but it's okay to have your ideas and the way that you think about one thing and have a conversation with someone else and they kind of change your idea a little bit.
Maybe I'm modulating my ideas.
Change your mind about things and the way to look at things. My 17-year-old daughter has changed the way that I look at things. And she's 16, 17. When she was 16, 17 years old, I would have conversations with her. I did not want to be my parents who automatically dismissed everything I said because I was younger. I was younger. Right. I'm a kid. And I didn't want to be that. So, yeah, I mean, I think that's the people don't know how to cope. And don't
Guardo may be right. Rage is how you get cancer. And that's true. But it might also be a way to get your subscriber count up. It makes for good content.
Rage and your acidity level in your body.
Yeah, you get your blood pressure up.
I believe your acidity level in your body determines whether you get cancer or not. But that's just
really.
I'm not a doctor.
That's a new one for me, but I wouldn't say it one way or another. Okay, that's it on Musk and Twitter. We're going to see if Twitter becomes a More. Oh no. I was
Sweethearts,
Don't
my
look at
favorite
this.
thing in the whole world.
Don't look at this tweet. We're gonna see if Twitter becomes a better place. So,
Those are my other favorite things in the whole world. Whoppers, JJ.
That box is not full of Whoppers. That's fentanyl. That box of stuff will kill you and your family and everybody on your block.
Oh, I don't want fentanyl. I want Whoppers.
So Halloween warning: if you still have kids that are going trick or treating, you better check that damn candy because yes,
no,
check the candy,
dude.
Look, if it's a box of Whoppers and it looks like it has Tic Tacs and mints in it,
nobody is going to do that.
Okay, well,
maybe one crazy freaking demented son of a bitch out there. Okay,
yeah,
to do it for the hee-haws and the laughs. All right.
Yes,
but I laugh at that every year when it comes by, and they're like,
"Yeah, it comes up every time."
Marijuana gummies. Like, we've been hearing this shit for 40 freaking years.
Oh,
and now the marijuana gummies. Nobody's going to give away their marijuana gummies. Even CBD gummies cost like $30.
Breaking news, and we need to address this and do well wishes right now. I just learned David, who's been around for a long time, has been diagnosed with cancer. Did you know about this?
Yeah.
Oh, you did? I did not know about this.
My buddy Sinister.
I did not know. God, I'm sorry to hear that, but I know that there's so many good treatments right now. So hopefully you have one of the kinds that you can fight this thing. You can change it with not only diet, but then they have very effective drugs. My mom fought cancer last year. My mom, was it last year, Jeremy? I think it was last year. She had breast cancer. So,
depends on what it is.
Full recovery.
Depends on what it is. There's all kinds of things that we're finding these days that combat.
Oh, he's gonna handle it with surgery. And David, stop eating sugar altogether right now. Just stop.
Know him. It's Sinister Minister.
Yeah. It's been a while since I talked to you personally, but I'm glad to have you around. Cancer loves sugar. Like, it loves it. Stop eating sugar right now. Just slow down the process until you can get it out. Okay. All right. So this story and the warning by a sheriff's office is that some fentanyl is being stuck into candy boxes. So
probably to hide that crap. Yeah, I would see that. Yeah, to transport and hide and stuff like that.
Now,
but if something gets put into a freaking box and put into a kid's freaking, here you go, little Johnny. That was, like I said, that's either not going to happen or it's because somebody is completely evil.
This is a penny. We used to have these as money in America.
You see that, kids? That means 1. 100 of those equals $1.
Yeah. This little amount of fentanyl right here. Yeah, you may find these in your couch.
You find these in your couch,
or in parking lots where it just, I guess, rains money sometimes.
Do you pick up the money in the parking lot if it's it's face down? Will you pick it up?
Yeah.
Yeah, I do too. I pick up all money. If I find money,
if I see money, I'm like, oh, mine. Yeah, thanks, God. God gave me money.
Good old Pop used to say, "Pennies equal dollars, son." Yeah. Okay. So that little bit of fentanyl will kill a horse?
Little bit of fentanyl will kill you.
Oh, really? Really?
Yeah. Oh. That amount of that's how concentrated fentanyl is. It is. And they cut other stuff with it.
Drug person, I don't know.
I'm not either, but
I stay purposely
the
ignorant on drugs on purpose, so I don't know about them.
Drugs.
I don't like prescription stuff.
All right,
but I know about fentanyl because it kills people around here all the damn time.
Yeah,
it's nasty.
All right, Deacon, I'm gonna go out on a limb here. I'm going to profile you a little bit. We've known each other a while, and I know some of your tastes and attitudes and things that you like. So I'm gonna bet that you are familiar with a and probably a fan of, probably a personal fan of, actor, singer, dancer,
Tom Cruise,
entertainer extraordinaire, Zac Efron. Zac Efron.
You know what's crazy, dude? This is so weird that you said this. I swear to God. This is so weird. Hang on.
Okay.
Your laughs out because you're cracking me up.
All right.
So weird. Okay.
Why is this weird?
Because yesterday, Ashley and I had a little bit of time at home and we're like, let's watch a movie. Let's watch something on TV. So we were going through a bunch of the crap that we watched, and we just finished Ted Lasso, and we love Ted Lasso, and we were like, let's watch something else. So we were looking there on the Apple TV, and there's a movie that we saw a trailer for that we were like, hey, let's watch that. And it's called The World's Greatest Beer Run. Was the movie.
Really?
And it's based on a true story about this guy from New York who goes over to Vietnam during the war and visits 4 or 5 of his buddies that are stationed over there and brings them a beer from home. And
oh, wow.
Civilian. And it was based on like a true story and whatnot. And it was really interesting. And he was the main guy because it was like
really
right at the beginning, because he's got this crazy 70s mustache, one of those that we talked about where it's bad, you know. That's a bad mustache. You don't wear that today. But it fit him perfect for the 70s. And I was like, who is that? And she's like, that's Zac Efron. I was like, oh my God, yeah, I see it now. And so after we watched that movie with him, and yesterday, because we had a conversation about him. She was like, he started off in that high school movie, blah blah blah, but he really made himself out to be a pretty good actor. And I was like, yeah, he actually has turned out to be a pretty good actor, not one of those, crazy people. So after that, I was scrolling through Reddit and I saw a picture of him with really long hair and a real buffed up body. And it's like, Zac Efron is playing this wrestler guy. And I'm like,
oh man,
dude is ripped. The picture that had of him, he was ripped. It was like,
so that's the gag of this story. I didn't even know if you knew who Zac Efron was. I seen him in Baywatch and Greatest Showman. But look at Zac now.
Look at that dude. Those are the pictures.
This dude's a massive son of. Look at this. That's Zac Efron. You can't see.
1983.
Hold on. Let me get it over. I did it. The window did a pop up thing. Look at this. Look at this guy.
Yeah, look at it.
Oh my God, you're massive, Zac.
Yeah, he looks good.
Zac is stacked.
Oh, is that who he's
he's playing the, what do you call it? Von Erichs. You're familiar with
Erichs, he is.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
Awesome. He's playing Fritz.
Oh, wow. So, I mean, and look at the thing is, he's like, his arms are jacked, his chest and his torso are like swole up, and his
midsection,
his shins are like stick legs. Right. One of these photos, this one right here, I was like, oh my God, Zac Efron turned into like a super old bodybuilder because he looks like a really old man right here.
That shows that you can pump up and get your chest looking like you need to, and you don't have to have your legs looking like you need to.
Yeah,
look at the legs.
Look at the difference between when he is younger and now. Like it looks like he gained 100 pounds of muscle and 20 years of life.
And the best fucking hair you've ever seen in your life.
Yeah.
If I could grow a head of hair, it would be that head of hair.
All right. I did not expect you to have such a funny reaction to Zac Efron. All right.
It's so crazy that we just watched that show. That movie was it wasn't like, it was a good movie, but it wasn't fantastic. It was one of those at the end, you're like, okay, that was a good movie. But there's certain parts in the movie you're like, why is he doing that? That's kind of dumb. He went all the way there with a bunch of beer.
Jeremy asked us to move on. He's getting gay. So, Jeremy, I'm sorry. I don't want you to get gay.
Sorry, Jeremy.
Okay. Last two things. Here we go. Now this is from I didn't see this until this morning in the Discord server. So
wait a minute. I'd like to point out that your brother also said this: 1937's mustache is bad, 70s mustache is great. Your brother likes the porn star mustache and not.
I don't know.
Andy Devine.
I don't know. Maybe he is. I don't know. It's news to me, actually. He's never told me about that particular fetish. All right. Charlie Cox is training with MMA fighter for Daredevil Born Again in new image. So there's a picture of Daredevil. Here's a picture of Charlie Cox and at the Team KF Martial Arts. They posted on Instagram. So, you know, I guess they're...
Can I just say something? I mean, I don't want to...
You don't care about
I don't
this?
want to... No, I don't want to state the obvious, but...
Yeah.
I would fucking think that the fucking actor playing fucking Daredevil would be training with a fucking martial artist.
Oh, this isn't surprising to you. This isn't surprising.
Not in the fucking least.
When
I saw that story, I'm like, yeah, of course. He's not training with a fucking ballet dancer.
Right. He's
training with a fucking martial artist.
So the only thing I thought about this right away was like, okay, but you know, I don't really want to see Daredevil in a 15-minute like grapple session. So it better be like quick strikes and stuff, because that's exciting. I don't want to see him rolling around the ground wrestling with like somebody in a half guard or something like that. Not interested in seeing that. I also do not want to see toe stomps. When I watch UFC,
that's what David.
Do you know?
Said.
You know what toe
Grappler.
stomps are?
Grappler. I don't want a grappler. I don't want a. I hate that crap. When I'm watching MMA and they start to get down on the floor, I'm like, yawn.
Oh no! When they're actually fighting, it can be like but sometimes you'll see them like there will be times where they're up against the fence or in the corner, and like one guy's just struggling to like break free, but they could spend like 2 or 3 minutes just rammed up against the fence, and it's like, guys, come on, this is not as exciting. Now when they're on the floor on the mat, and one of them maybe has about to secure an armbar or something like that. Oh my god, I've seen some awful gross stuff. But I don't want to see. I mean, I'm sure they're not going to do that. But toe stomps, Deacon, toe stomps are the worst, because they will have one fighter will have the other one pinned up against the fence, and the guy's trying to like he's pinned up against the fence. He's struggling to like escape or whatever, and the guy pushing him against the fence will just lift his foot up and stomp it right on the toes, like his heel right under the toes of the guy pinned in the corner. And there's not much you can do, because you're like, you can't really move very much. It's the worst. Toe stomps is awful. That's my opinion.
So although, if think they should do that, should they poke them in the eyes? Do they still do that?
No, you can't poke people in the eye. That's crazy.
You can't do that. And all you got to do is this to counter it. It's an easy counter. I've seen that shit on the Three Stooges many times.
All right. Last one, and we're out. I bet you haven't watched this, because every time I pull a trailer up, you haven't seen the trailer. So I'm betting you haven't seen this one either, and I haven't seen it either. So did you know, Deacon, that there's going to be a Guardians of the Galaxy holiday special this year?
No, I did not.
Here we go. Let's do.
I have not watched any of the little Groot things on Disney Plus either.
You haven't missed anything. Don't worry about it. My daughter liked them. My daughter thought they were cute for like one day and then forgot about them entirely.
Did you watch Tales of the Jedi?
The what? No, I did not.
Good.
Star Wars is dead. Star Wars is dead.
Start it.
We'll bring it down a little.
I just saw on the calendar that right now on Earth, it's almost Christmas time.
We don't have time for trivialities like Christmas.
But Peter's so sad about Gamora being gone. Maybe if we go to Earth for a really wonderful Christmas gift, it would make him happy. Something special he will never forget.
What about someone special?
We're looking for the legendary Kevin Bacon.
We're looking for the legendary Kevin Bacon.
I just said that, Drax.
But your voice is small and mousy. I think maybe he didn't hear you. Ah! You're coming with us as a Christmas present.
All right, maybe.
Cosmo. And that was the best. That was the best thing in the thing. And introducing Kevin Bacon. That was great.
Yeah. All right. So it's going to be like an hour maybe, and it's going to be free. You have Disney Plus, I'm sure.
I'm looking forward to this new actor, Kevin
I'll
Bacon. He looks like
I'll watch that.
Funk in him. He may be.
He's got promise.
He may be in a couple of movies. We used to play before the internet.
Oh my God, yes.
There was a guy in my history class in 10th grade. There was a guy in my history class. His name was Ben. And Ben was the nerd. He was the class nerd, and everybody loved him. He got invited to all the parties. He always brought Mountain Dew. He would give you a ride home. He was the little nerdy guy, and everybody loved Ben. We loved him. And me and Ben, he sat right behind me in history class, and we used to play the 6 Degrees of Kevin Bacon. This was before the internet, because Ben was so fucking smart. And you could go, name an actor, just name one. And he would, in 6 Degrees, he would be like, that actor played in this movie with this person that played in this movie with this person that played in this movie with Kevin Bacon. And he'd do it off the top of his head. Ben has been a Miami real estate lawyer for like 30 years. He's the founder of all of these freaking companies and organizations and dog adoption modeling agencies. And he's
wow,
all of these freaking super hot models and all this. And so he knew Rodney Dangerfield, and he's friends with all these freaking celebrities.
Wow.
It's really cool when he comes back home and he's not lying. You know, you can see it all. If you go to his Facebook page, you can see it all. So it's really cool. Yeah.
Hobnobbing with celebrities.
I think of Ben, my buddy Ben.
All right. So Jeremy says I should go back and watch Tank Abbott fights in UFC. I think I may have seen one Tank fight, but I'll go back and check that out. Jeremy says rip Star Wars. And also rip MCU. Right. And like a lot of the MCU stuff.
That's great. He likes everything.
I'll watch it, but I mean, my expectations of this are pretty low. Although it kind of looked like the Groot was a guy in a suit. Did you see the Groot? Probably not.
No,
it probably isn't, but it kind of looked like a guy in a suit.
If you don't want to watch Star Wars anymore, you don't have to. But fucking,
I want Star Wars to be fun. That's all.
Andor is really good, and
I haven't got to that yet. It's not fair.
We're really good.
So what is
in a row?
What is Tales from the Jedi?
They're just little like 19-minute long animated shorts, but they tell some backstories. They tell a little bit more of stories. Have you watched any of the have you watched any of the Star Wars Clone Wars or Rebels or any of that? And any of the cartoons? Then don't watch Tales of the Jedi.
Really? Is it like way long time ago?
There's a couple of Ahsoka Tano episodes that tell you a little bit about Ahsoka, and then there's a couple of Dooku episodes with Qui-Gon Jinn that tell you a little bit about and some of them are before movies and some of them are after movies. So, and they let you know, and they're only about 20 minutes long, and they were really good for people that watch the whole story.
I never got into the Clone Wars, and I've seen a couple of the episodes.
I've seen the best Star Wars things.
Everybody says that watch them.
Yeah.
And I will say that Ahsoka Tano is a striking character, especially in the cartoon. It really that animation style and that character design style, she suits it very, very well.
And but Ahsoka, the reason I love Ahsoka so much is because she loved Anakin as much as anyone, and she saw him fall, and she was hurt as much as anyone by his betrayal. Probably more than anyone. She was damaged really badly because that was like her father, brother, best friend, mentor, instructor, and he just,
murdered kids, because I saw that he murdered kids. It's so hard. It's so hard to have sympathy for Darth Vader when you're like, then he murdered a bunch of kids.
I'm not asking for sympathy for him. I'm asking for sympathy for Ahsoka Tano.
Right.
No, they're good.
Yeah.
Watch Andor. If you don't watch the Tales from the Jedi, watch Andor.
All right. I haven't seen. I do kind of want to find a chance to give Andor another shot because I thought the first episode was like, oh, okay, all right, and then
it does crawl there for the second episode a little bit, but once you get out of that and get past that, it goes pretty good. It picks up.
Let me reiterate how much I love Star Wars Rogue One. Rogue One is a great movie. I love that. And I wanted Andor to be just as good, but
it is.
Spread out. Oh, yeah. Okay, that's all. That's all we got today. I was gonna say something. It doesn't matter. That's all we got today, guys. We'll be back on Monday with more important news that's just gonna change the way you look at the whole world, I'm sure. And also, if you want, on Sundays I draw, so I think I'm gonna work on Man Thing. So we'll be drawing this weekend.
Gross. Oh, the Marvel character.
Yeah. Marvel character. What do you mean?
Gross.
Yeah. All right. Hey, where's that outro?